welcome back to Factorio. I'm Hitman82. This is episode 63. So I've done some off-screen work. As you can see by this, we are getting low on the coal and the stone. So I had to move some stuff around here. You see I've made some changes in here to try and get the coal onto the belt and also to supply the liquefaction better. So let's have... Actually using this map is so much easier for showing things. I don't have to run around. So as you can see, I need lighting here. What the heck? Yeah, I need to put some lights in. So I added a couple more refineries for processing the coal into the different types of oil. So because of that, you're seeing a lot more plastic on the belt. So this is a good thing. Let's have a look at our supply. And we're doing okay. The supply of plastic, as you can see, has gone up right here. That's because there must have been a train arrived to drop some more oil off. Now, what else have I done off screen? I automated the landfill. Oh, let me see, where was that? Oh, no, maybe I did. I did it here somewhere. Oh my gosh, I just had it. Where was it? Oh, it's a busy base. I'll find it at some point. Anyway, landfill is made from just this stone. Where the heck did I put it? It's around here somewhere. This is the problem when you're playing two different saves. You can't remember where anything is. Anyway, so somewhere I started making landfill and used that to fill in the water. I've also added concrete. So I'm making concrete, so I had to put some ore on the bus. And well, actually, it's on the bus, but it just goes straight to it. See, from over here. See, it goes along the underground onto the bus and then down to the concrete. And then so I'm making this kind of concrete as well. It's kind of a hazardy looking stuff. I'm also making, these are the centrifuges used in processing uranium and also refining the fuel and that sort of thing. It's used in nuclear stuff. And then there's the factory or the gear factory that runs it. So this actually, I can't show the recipe here, but it uses the concrete as well. So kind of had to get all that set up. All right, so let me see. I got a list here that I'm going off. It just makes it faster and easier to go through it, and then we can move on with doing some new stuff. The red circuits down here, I added some green, the level 3 assemblers. And the reason why is I'm just tweaking it to try and get a little more out of it without running out of the copper wires. So as you can see, I've added some speed modules in here. So those are still running at the 80%. So you have 2 3s and a 2 for the efficiency modules, and then a level 2 module for speed. And that gives us an extra 30% more speed without using any more power at all. So it just requires more modules. So they're moving along quite well. Let me see. And at the bottom of my furnace stack over here, wow, this makes it so much easier to zip around and look at stuff. I've added in, see, these pull the coal and iron ore off the network and dump it back into the furnaces here, so that I don't want all my storage chests full of the ore every time I make a change. Let me see. Whoops, I moved my mouse away. Alright, so I think that about does it for now for updates. So now it's time to do something new, which is we're gonna run over here. Now I had mentioned before, I think last episode, I was gonna try and get these belts here. See these guys, and get them going on the other side, like over in here somewhere, but I never got to that. Oh, here's my landfill right here. Found it. Which is kind of a segue into, you see this is a passive provider. I'm not using the active ones. For a while I've been trying to centralize the storage both here and on our server that Trillian and I are playing on, and it makes a lot more effort for the robots are buzzing around, they're using more power, and see I have this big bank of storage. So before when we first started using these, I'd go along and look for things. I wouldn't just use the logistics requester. Now that I don't even open these chests anymore. So I think from here on, instead of using active providers, I'll use passives. And then when I need it somewhere, it'll just pull, instead of pulling from over there in the array, it would pull from the factory, so it's not a big deal. So I'll be making some changes there, and that's why it is the way it is. Why I'm making that change. All right, so you've been sitting here thinking, well, you said uranium, come on, do something. Okay, let's do something then. So you'll notice, see how the mine there, it changes as soon as you get over uranium, and now it has inputs from the back and the two sides. That is for sulfuric acid, which is used in processing the stuff. So what I want to do here, unfortunately it's 3x3, so I can't really position these on very well, but we're gonna do it this way. What? Seriously? Do I not have any more? Here we go again. Okay, so the robots will bring those over and place them, and I should probably request some mines. So let's just stick like 10 of them or something just to keep things moving. Now we need to get sulfuric acid. Fortunately, it's right here, so that's nice and easy. So let's get oil out of the way here. Alright, and then bring this over and this up. And that should get me uranium, or the sulfuric acid should, I guess I need to, like that. Okay, that should get, yep, they're filled. Each one takes 200 sulfuric acid to fill it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these to just passive boxes for now until I need the uranium, but it gets it kind of started, and then I don't have to, when I do need it, it's going to be available. Alright, so we are now mining uranium. See? It's neat. And you can pick it up. It's not like Minecraft where I'm going to pick it up and then suddenly burst fire in the flames and die. Not that you do in Minecraft, but it does kill you. Oop, had a bit of technical difficulties there. Okay, back again. Okay, so I was saying the uranium, it's not like Minecraft where it's going to hurt you if you're carrying it in your inventory. It's safe to handle. Alright, so what we're going to want to do next is I just called up some centrifuges. So we're going to put some of these down, and then we'll feed the uranium through them. Now I'm trying to decide where exactly to place this, because as the factory gets bigger, this stuff's going to spread down this way. So putting it right here is going to be right in the way. Putting it pretty much anywhere is going to be in the way. I wonder if I should just process it here. It's going to be a pretty big stack of structure. So I think I'm going to pause here, and I'll find a place to build the centrifuges, and we'll start processing that uranium into something we can use. So I'll pause and go look. Alright, I've moved over. There's the furnaces here, and here's my ore stations, and I've just realized that if I added more trains on here, what's going to happen is, for instance, if those two stations over here are full for iron, and then a third train comes in, it'll stop right here, and because of the length of them, the back end will stick out here and stop all traffic here, not to mention the iron one would block the copper. So I'm going to have to deal with that at some point. So that means probably the copper line, well, we'll see. Actually, if I have enough stations to match the number of trains I've got, for instance, if I added a third iron train, I'll have to do something in here and add a third station. So maybe that won't be a problem. So I was thinking of putting the uranium station right here and having it unload and then process the ore right here. So I think that's what we're going to do. So let's see, I'll try and keep this the same height as the factory here, just so if I do need to move the bus at some point, it'll just be one less thing in my way. So let's get this started right about here. Okay, so what I'm going to want to do is I'll just do like this, and I want 6 of them. Well, or more. Well, let me see. How much power did they use? It's a fair amount. Oh, I love that. To copy paste now, you can just hold the button down and just drag across them. It's so much easier than individually clicking. Okay, so modules will want, let's see if we stick 2 mediums in, will that do it? Yep, okay, so let's do that. And again, oops, just control and left click and they all go in, just zoop. All right, and let's get our power. There, okay, so now that flashing's done. My gosh, that flashing drives me crazy. Let's reduce that to 6. Okay, so we've got, what we're going to do here is we're going to bring in the ore, and then we're going to convert it to, see, it shows a 7% chance of the bright green uranium, which is U-235, which is what I want for making nuclear weapons, and like a nuclear bomb, I mean, like an atomic bomb, and for making, to use as fuel in a reactor, which I'll get going soon. Now, the dark green one, that's U-238, that I can just keep putting back into the centrifuges in a Covarex. Have I researched that? The Covarex enrichment process. So if I click on this and look, it takes 41 of the bright green ones and 2 of the dark green ones. No, 40 and 5, and then it gives you an extra. So basically what you're doing is you're enriching the uranium. You keep running it through and use power and a bit of U-238, and you'll produce extra U-235. So we'll want to get that process going soon, but we need the U-235, which is the bright green one, first. That's the good stuff. So we're going to have to get our ore coming in here. So I might just fly this over for now with robots and or a belt, since it's right here within the base. There's a little patch there up here too that we'll have to grab. 4,500 there. Just, I mean, that won't even fill those. That won't even fill these boxes. So what we'll do is we'll get that ore coming over here and process it. So we're gonna need to bring it in on this side, and then we'll output. We're gonna need filter inserters. Where are they? There they are. Actually, we're gonna separate them like this, and then do I not have? Gosh, just too many blueprints. This is nothing. Blueprints get pretty crazy when you can make them like this so easily. All right, so let's just copy that. Oh no, we don't want to copy that yet because I got to set them. So first one, we want to output the bright green stuff with these ones, and then the dark green stuff with these ones. Copy paste them, and then copy them here. And I saw something was attacking me. Where was that? Probably over here again. Yeah, right there. Oh, I gotta get in there and clean them out again. Oh well, I could just leave them and let them just keep dying. I don't care. Fine, just die. Okay, so let me see here. We'll want this. We're going to make that one go past here, and then past here, and past here, so that they can all kind of. That's going to be what's output the most here. So that's the one, the belt I want closer, and then these ones will. The light green stuff will have come out. They could actually, for now, I could just dump them on the network now, but I want to plan ahead, so we're gonna just put that in here, and they'll output to the side of that belt, which should be fine. So this is going to be our refining station set up, and then once we have the Covarex system, let's see, we'll put them back down this way. I want to just make sure I leave enough room here for doing this. Okay, we won't need many of these. Probably only need the one to start with. So I can't even set that one up yet. Just power to it just so it doesn't flash anymore. So our next thing will be this Covarex system. So this is going to take 1,500 of each of these. So let's have a quick look and see if we can afford that yet. Where's my research? That's down here now. Let me see. Most over the boxes. So 1,000 of those. 1,000. Okay, we're fine. Kind of low in the purples, but eh. Okay, so let's research the Covarex system. We're still a long way from nukes. 5,000 of each of those types. So yeah, we'll get there. So for now, the first thing we want to do is research this Covarex system. It's not really a big rush on it. Oops. Not a big rush on it because we're going to need at least 40 of these greens, and with a 0.7% rate of them dropping, that is going to take a while. So all right, so our next thing we'll need is a station. So let's get this stuff off my hotbar and see what do we have for stations here. Looking for tracks with stations. I think this is the one we want, isn't it? Is that the same as these? It is. Alright, so let's try and get it matched up so it there. I think that should do it. And will that leave room for another? It will if I move the RoboPort, which I might have to do at some point. Okay, so right there. And let's see, we'll get this power pole out of the way. Power pole's always in the way. Okay, we'll do that. Get that one out of there, and then we'll put that blueprint down again. And we'll get rid of those ones up there. We don't actually need this bunch of belts here. There we go. And so we'll put that right over into here, because that's all just going to want to come over here. Like that. And across. Stay off the rails. How's my shields anyway? I got 5 shields. Yeah, cool. I'm going to run in front of a train. You watching, Stewie? You watching? Alright, here we go. Hitman. This is Hitman getting run over by a train. Isn't there a show that starts off that way? And go. Look out! Oh my gosh! It ran over me. See, it took a little bit of damage out of my shields. Running on the rails. Oh, it ran over me again. There you go. I've been hit by a train. And you go back to base iron ore. Oh, is it gonna go back in? This way, over here. Oh, geez, he almost ran over me again. And hit by train. Nope. Okay, there you go. See, being hit by a train is no big deal once you have 5 Mark II shields. Okay, so let's get this over this way. And that will bring in our ore. So now we want to change the station name. First of all, that's going to be green because, well, it's green. Mind? Okay. Okay, we need to know what the name is you'd like in the game here. Because we'll put it on stations and stuff. And their response is, how about mind? Okay. It means something to one person. Your base uranium. Spell it right. Okay, and there we go. We now have base uranium, so I'll have to get a train on that. We do not need 4 wagons, so we're going to get rid of all that. Okay. Heck, we hardly even need 2. But what the train will need is a 3rd wagon, but it's going to be a fluid wagon, so I need to set that up. Right here, and that should, I think, hit the middle wagon. So we need to get sulfuric acid here. So let's get that sorted. And then we'll be about the end of our time for today. So let's run down here. Where's... Oh my gosh, how far away is that sulfuric acid? It must be nearby. There's lubricant, water, oil, sulfuric acid. Alright, so let's get that going over here. Just doing short hops along here just because it makes it easier when I'm moving things around to make space and such. Plus it just looks better. Let's just say it looks better and leave it at that. I think next time I make a base, I'm gonna make sure all these are above the factory. Like you see how these 2 pipes are right above here, so it won't interfere with these lines. So then just each line I would put one. Anyway, that'll work out, I think. Someday. Not today though. Yeah, we'll just go the full range for the rest of this. Of course. And there. Bring it on over. Get it over here. And then we want it to come down here. See, as soon as you place that pipe, see how it changes? Now it has a little lifter where it lifts up and attaches to the, what do you call it, the wagon, the fluid wagon. That's pretty neat. Okay, that should be... Now, what we'll want to do is, when I do put the train on here, you know what, I'll just wait till I put the train on here and then I'll explain what I was going to explain. Do we have a train with us? We do not. So we're going to... Whoa! Yes, me copper train, nice try. Let's see, now I need to run over and grab... Gosh, look, everybody's coming over to get me. Where's my wagons? I need 2 of these and 1 of these. And I'm not sure if I have them automated yet or not. But I'll put in the request and see if they bring anything to me. I'm also going to need a storage tank, probably. So, stick 1 of those in. Somebody's bringing me something. Oh, it was a pump or something. Wasn't it? No. Okay, where's my train stuff? We're gonna grab train and head over. So let's grab a train. Let's grab another train just so we have a spare train. And there's my wagons. Did I get the wagons? Train, wagon. Okay, so no fluid wagon. So what do we need to make a fluid wagon? Where be it? There it is, and I can make one. Excellent. Alright, so we're gonna run back over there. Why is that making... Oh wow, you need 3 for a fluid wagon. Makes sense. The wagons hold 75,000 liters, so that's pretty nice. Okay, so let's get a train on here. Whoops, I guess I should make sure I've got signals on up here before I plop a train down and stop the whole network. Here we go, and again at the bottom. Here we go. And finally, let's open this up and get this blueprint out of the way. And our grand finale for today will be placing a train. And we want 2 wagons. Where are my wagons? Lost my wagons and my marbles. Okay, so first of all, I do not want this filling this yet. So that wasted 200, but oh well. Next up, my gosh, my brain, I just can't see stuff right now. There we go. And finally, that on. Get these off my hotbar. And they're not requested. We need some fuel for this so that I can move. And okay, we'll blueprint that. Right there. So that'll fuel it. Okay, so next up we want to tell this train, well, first thing we got to do is change the color because we can't have a non-green train hauling green stuff. So we want this to go to base uranium and inventory full. And okay, turn it off again. Okay, so now it's placed. We'll get the fluid, and this should feed into the middle one. Oh, before I do that, I need to make sure these are separated, because I don't want to put 75,000 liters of sulfuric acid. It's bad enough I got to put 25,000 in, because I don't think it can be. You can limit it any lower than that easily. So it's going to fill that up. That's going to eat up some of the. I'll slow my battery production down a bit, but once it's full, it won't use much. So our train is ready now. So I think off screen what I'll probably do is go and start tapping into, for instance, this station up here. I could just put a little temporary uranium station here to haul it instead of running belts over, because I can just tap into the line here, the rail line. Obviously I'm going to have to go outside of the base for this, so we've got a couple little patches, very little patches. So we'll grab them first, and then by that point we'll be ready to go out and fight our way out for more uranium and stuff. So this episode went a little longer than I had planned. I hope you learned something from it as far as processing the uranium ore, or perhaps you just learned how not to make a video. It should be that way. So I'm going to do a bunch of off-screen stuff again before I record, and I'm not sure exactly what yet, but there's a lot to do that is tedious stuff that I don't want to keep showing, such as increasing our throughput. You can see, for instance, our ore needs to be sorted here because there's not enough coming in, so that means possibly another ore station and that sort of thing. But you guys have seen me do this already. It shouldn't be a big deal to miss out on that. Where is this? Oh, southwest of the base. You can see some. Wow, look at all those big worms. Yeah, I think we'll creep on that one. All right, so thanks so much for joining me, and next time I'll have more updates for you, so tune in for that, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.